Okay, well now we've got an agile director suit. You are the director of the Federal Bureau of Control. The crisis is not over, your work is not done. There's more. You do not have any missions, apparently. Research and records, there's photo of I am the director, Jesse Faison. The slide projector, the object is an altered object with a vertical tray. The object creates interdimensional portals. See Dr. Darling's presentation. The only world to successfully produce this effect resulted in the capture of Polaris. Or Hayden. See Dr. Darling's presentation. Object has not been successfully bound. The parallel utility of this object does not require binding. Discovered when the Bureau responded to the ordinary incidents involving the company people. Many of the accompanying children were tested. See files P6 and P7 for details. The entirety of the dump was transported to the Bureau for examination to find additional slides or other altered materials. Endless grinds.
My reflection trapped in the darkness of the coffee I nurse. The rain turns the light.
He's trapped in the coffee.
Mosaic on the windows. The day's paper lists all the things wrong in the world. The list grows longer by the day. The difference between the morning and the night. Coffee. Whiskey. No other difference.
Why is it suddenly on a picture of me?
The alarm goes off at 5 a.m. It feels like I just closed my eyes. It's dark.
I think it glitched.
Gloom. I get up, I shower. The driver waits for me downstairs, takes me to the oldest house.
That's a bit weird.
An old man stares at me in the car window.
The coffee stares at you in the window, eh?
It's dark. Late at night, he brings me back here. It's not a home, it's a room where I sleep in.
The motel.
Tired as I was before going to bed. Endless grind.
The coffee grinds. The unending coffee cup. This is removed silent from the astral plane. You have proven beaten the not you. We tolerate you very much. You are not prepared for what comes next. We'll speak again. In the future, in a DLC. Good work, director. Or in a sequel. I understand. They haven't decided sequel, DLC, but my work is not over. I don't feel like I'd be going to the hotline chamber. I mean, I know exactly where I want to look. Search the dangerous depths of the oldest house for classified bureau secrets that includes.
Not important, but that was it.
I mean, I've already found a lot of the secrets. To be fair. Okay, this room's empty. So locked rooms are now open. Huh? But I know where I want to go. There's one specific place. The boardroom. Okay, she's got the triangle in the back of her hair as well now. And I should probably go speak to Emily if she's got a thing. Have you got a thing? She has got a thing to say.
Sorry, ma'am.
Jesse, good to see you. We've got Dylan situated in his containment cell like you asked. I've got medical staff running tests as we speak, and I'd be happy to walk you through the details later.
It never ends.
Other than that, what's next?
With the slide projector turned off, the hiss are shut out, but we're stuck with the ones already here. We can't lift the lockdown until they're all eradicated. If any hiss ever got out, that would be the end of everything.
Well, eliminating them all will take time. Look, I'll do what I can on my end, but
I mean, we could
my
just
research
put
is progressing
HRAs.
slower than I'd like.
I think I can help with that. I am making you the head of research, effective immediately. I want you to use everything the Bureau has, every resource, every confidential scrap of data, and find a way to keep the hiss out for good.
So that's why we have to find all the confidential data.
Really? I mean, yes, I can certainly... Yes! Yes, I accept.
You'll do great. Besides, I didn't really have anyone else lined up.
But we already know we need to find the hidden slides. There's another slide. And if we find that hidden slides, we can go into their dimension. His corruption manifests in vastly different ways. Some hosts remain largely unchanged, whilst others are barely recognizable as human. What determines this level of alteration? Is it the duration of corruption? It could simply be an evolutionary process, each entity representing a stage of growth in an undiscovered linear progression leading towards what? Additionally, his entities possess various paranatural abilities. How have they achieved this? Do they gain it from corrupting objects of power? Have they corrupted a single highly talented para-utilitarian and divided their access to paranatural abilities across the network of his corrupted hosts? As a scientist, I'm hindered by the sheer number of questions. Difficult to identify where one should begin. What is the most pertinent question? How do we kill it? That seems like a good start. Well, Trent tried killing himself. You still have more to say.
Do you remember Mr. Tomasi, the head of communications? The hiss he was changed into showed up in containment, near the turntable.
The turntable! Exactly where I wanted to go!
Not getting away this time.
I've heard reports about his particular use of language and intonation when repeating the hiss babbling. The biological and behavioral distinctions between different hiss-corrupted individuals is truly fascinating. I wonder if I could categorize the data.
And she's already off on her own thing.
That was exactly where I was planning on heading.
How do you feel about me taking over as director?
You act like it just happened. You've been director since we first met, remember? I am still thrilled. Nothing's changed. Not for me. But the Bureau has changed. Trench and Darling are gone. Their knowledge, anything not written down, disappeared with them. They knew the Bureau better than anyone.
They're the Bureau's past, Emily. We won't operate like they did. We'll learn from their mistakes. We'll be better than they ever were. We won't ever be like them. When the hiss got into my head, I saw some weird things. I think Darling even spoke to me. Does that make any sense to you?
Empirically, no, but phantom voices as well as hallucinatory
He's been
states
speaking to
are
us for the whole time.
familiar. And considering the forces that Dr. Darling was working with, he could have been transferred to a different plane of consciousness, physically or otherwise.
And that doesn't upset you?
Oh, very. And the fact that he hid those forces from me, it's infuriating. But Darling's dream was always to look beyond our reality. This time he may have taken a step too far, but as long as his consciousness can perceive his surroundings, I'm sure he's loving it.
Maybe Darling was just trying to protect you from the darker side of his work.
Fuck that. I'm not a child. Like, don't just assume I'm going to consider something morally repugnant.
Which it all was.
Which it all was, of course.
How was Dylan?
The same. I can't detect any his activity, but his physiology has certainly been altered by it. And I can't tell if his brain activity is genuine or simply the aftermath of the hiss, like spasms. Dylan could wake up tomorrow for all I know.
We let them in entirely, so, you know, he's been having them in since the childhood, so I doubt it.
That's fair.
They affected him pretty
You
strongly.
waited a long time for me.
Don't worry. We'll be monitoring him round the clock. If he wakes up, we'll be ready. I don't mean that in a hostile way, just... well, you know.
I hear you. My brother isn't exactly popular around here. I hope one day he'll have the chance to change that. So, there was a moment after Hedron died that I couldn't feel my powers. The hiss got into my head.
Yeah, did the HRAs fail at that
Just for a
point?
moment.
So that explains the HRA outage.
They did.
Before we knew what was happening, the hiss had us. They were in my head. I saw terrible things. I mean, I was about to go under forever when the hiss was pushed back.
So what we need to do is put the HRAs on all the hiss infected, and that brings them back.
We fought off the hiss that came after him. So if Hedron's death knocked out the HRAs, that means there must be a new local source for them to relay, which I'm guessing must be...
Me.
you. Hedron is dead, assuming that word even applies to a resonant-based life form. But whatever it awakened in you, the power you call Polaris, is still active. Or at least, that's what my instruments are telling me.
I don't think we're ever gonna understand all of this. And I'm okay with that. I'm just glad you're here with me. That's good to know. Thanks, Emily. I found Dylan attacking the astral plane and the board. What was he hoping to accomplish?
Huh. Since they arrived, Hiss have been corrupting objects of power, which have an inherent link to the astral plane. Maybe their goal was to access the astral plane and the board itself.
That still doesn't tell us why.
His motives are a difficult thing to work out, but I have been digging through confidential files and noticed a strange gap in knowledge regarding the board. Looks like any data on them has either been deleted or was never gathered in the first place.
Then maybe it's time someone looked into that.
Maybe it is.
So we're looking for the secret entrance to the board, which has got to be
See you soon.
in the turntable.
Yes, ma'am, Director Faden.
And obviously,
Please, Emily. Not even as a joke.
Hey, I found a file on the old director, Northmore. Didn't list any dated death.
I see, the Northmore director didn't die. See. Sees an additional enemy. Sees duration. Levitation, levitation, slam. I'll take these. The director's suits. I mean, it seems fitting. Right, so we've been everywhere here. So maybe there's a secret corridor there. We've been to Firebreak, the Hedron Chamber, the Ashtray Maze. There might be more secrets in that ashtray maze, honestly. But there's a big old question mark at the turntable. A really, really suspicious question mark there. And the fact that they said to go there, I feel like we're gonna go and look at that. Maybe we can find some sort of secret there. But if it turns out that there's not anything that we can immediately do here, I might call it a day. But maybe, I don't know, maybe I need to find a million more secret rooms. But I feel like we've found a lot of the secret stuff, and the guy said he had locked himself in, and that was in a secret room. And I feel like we might have already found all of the secret rooms to be doing this. Ironically already. So that might be good. We might just be able to go straight in there and do this thing. Because she did also speak to us after that thing. And, you know, it was like, go hunt around. And then she already had something to say as though we'd already solved it. So I feel like we might just be able to do this. There's probably some sort of secret boss here that maybe we're supposed to capture. Because She was saying something about how he had special his words or something, so he might be special. Maybe he has the secret words that control the thing. Because there were secret words that control the entities and the objects, right? So maybe he has special words that we can use to solve everything. Or maybe nothing at all. But there's definitely a question mark here, which is definitely something. Maybe we'll find the guy locked in the room with the one special thing. And maybe he has the one special slide that we can put in the slide projector to go somewhere else again. Who knows? Who's to say? But there might be more unlocked doors all over the place that weren't unlocked until after you've beat the game. But I'm not going to run around for all of that. I'm just going to go to the turntable and see what we can do. If we can. Sorry to anyone that got ads. I just seen that ads are on. I apologise if anyone has got adverts. Come on, loading screen. I guess, you know, again, it's loading screen adverts, so that's not the worst. Not the worst. We'll get in there. We'll find a way into this room. Maybe. Maybe. It wasn't unlocked whilst the turntable's facing the other way, but maybe I just need to keep rotating the turntable or beat whatever hisses in here and it might open it. Perhaps. Maybe there's stuff in the dump. Maybe there's a secret slide hidden in there. Who knows? Who knows anything? Come on, finish loading. Let me in. Get it late. Loading. Loading. To the turntable. Other turntables have turned. RB whilst levitating to ground slam. I. It'd be a shame if you were the world's easiest boss. Okay. I need to move. There's a crunchy thing at my feet. I don't want to die to Cruncho. Well, there's a room up there. Don't float down. Up here. Have I been in that room? This is open. Sterling AWE. The question mark is open. That looks like Hadron. Built out of rock. Wow, you've got a lot of health. Yeah, I've done that enough times to know how bad that is. Sorry, I would like to not get exploded on. Tomasi? Where's... Which one's Tomasi? Ouch. Damn it! Okay. That thing is a Hadron. I'm guessing maybe it's the hisses one. That would be that. That would be what that is. It's a similar design. They've brought it through. That is containing the hiss. And if we break that, we probably destroy the hiss entirely. The same way that they tried to break Hadron, but we had Hadron in ourselves. But maybe the brother might contain the hiss within himself a little bit. You know? In the same way. But maybe he won't seek it and amplify its power back into the world the same way that we did. He might not be as powerful as us. We almost had that boss. Almost. Of course it had to be a bit stronger. Of course it did. But we had it. That is why that's a similar shape, isn't it? It's just another imperceivable otherworldly entity, except ours was put in a special containment vest. But the secret was it was never inside. It was inside our head all along. Whereas this one is just a rock. But a similar shape. But still, you know, I can put 2 and 2 together. The hiss are protecting it. Now, I don't know if we had files on this AWE. We probably did. And it probably reveals a lot on what it is. Was the Sterling one the werewolves? Because that was the source of the crunchos, wasn't it? I'm sure we've read about the Sterling AWE at some point. You know, as to which one it was, I don't know. I don't know. It's all very, very relevant. But, you know, we've read a lot. At this point, we have read a lot of case files. Let me in. We absolutely had that guy until I lost track of him. And then he snuck a hit on me. I just wanted to finish him off, rushing it. That's all I was doing. I was rushing it rather than shielding. But he did spawn a lot of friends. Okay, let me in, let me in. Let me finish this. Is it just me or is this game many loading screens? It's not just you. And the fact that the loading screens are like 4 or 5 minutes at a time. Yeah, it's had too many long loading screens and it's certainly added to the time. Reminds me of PlayStation loading time. It probably was initially made for PlayStation and it probably did port over. PlayStation 1 and 2. See, ironically, I was young then, so maybe, you know, it was not as noticeable, but, you know, I don't know. I don't remember the loading times being as long as this back then. But maybe we're spoiled these days and loading times are a lot quicker. But the loading times on this have certainly been very, very, very long. Too long. It shouldn't be taking this long. It really shouldn't. Okay, Director Hayden going into Sterling once again. Not going to fight this room again. Okay. Stonehenge?
There you are.
No, don't throw shit at me. That's what I should be doing, rather than multi-throw, because this guy is a dodger. I do repeated throws. No, thank you. Okay. Now I run and hide because there's explodos. Can I kidnap one of you? There's these as well. I guess this is technically going to be the final boss, isn't it? The other one was just a fake final boss. Of course. I see you. I need to take care of this. Wrong button. So I need to take care of the haunted entity before the boss. Because otherwise you're going to kill me. There you go. Really? Tomasi. No, not like this. Damn it! Okay, this is the real final boss, and it's gonna be hard. I had him pretty low before, when I was rushing him. Maybe it might be wise to rush him, but there's a lot of really, really strong enemies in here. It's almost like they're throwing everything the hiss has at me. Almost. We can do this. Just don't take 10 years to load. Okay, it's... I had to say something, didn't I? I was going to say it's actually progressing pretty nicely, and then it went, oh shit, I need to stop. I need to be annoying for 10 minutes, don't I? No, you don't really need to do that, game. You could just let me fight the boss and not have to deal with this. You could. You really could. Okay, I also need to keep an eye on my energy pool so that I don't run out, so that I have shields to block things when there are bad enemies. But I couldn't stay in that corner because there was a million exploding things coming at me and a guy that was shooting at me. And I had to try and find a better situation to get out of there. Okay. That's... I feel like this is the end game, the real final boss. For real this time. Named enemies present a tougher challenge, but yields better rewards. Well, what's going to be the reward of beating this guy? Beating the whole game, right? Gotta be. Okay, we've had a long enough loading screen now. You don't need to load in the whole game. We're just going into this boss. I don't need anywhere else. Just the boss area. That would be nice, game. Just me and the boss. That's all we need to load in. Me and the boss. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I really don't remember PlayStation games taking this long to load. I really don't. But maybe I didn't have the ones with the long loading screen. Maybe I got lucky. Come on. We're done loading. Let me fight the boss. Let me beat it. I didn't find a good spot to hide either. I thought to the left there might be a good elevated platform. There was not. Let me in. Let me finish this. I really did curse it by saying it was loading better. Did I not? The decided, nope, we couldn't have enough now. We'll just load forever. Come on. Game. Right. This is extra reason you need to be very careful. Extra punishing every time you die. Too long to load. Far too long. I feel like my battery's gonna run out as well. Bad feeling I'm gonna be one hit from killing the boss and it's gonna go, nope, your batteries are dead, and you die. But let me do this. Maybe multi-throw was working better. I'm just waiting for my boost to go up.
There you are.
Ouch. Okay, that didn't work. Good job. Why am I stuck? Stop that! Okay, yeah, that's why I need to make sure that I've got extra shields. Damn it! Too focused on trying to get up high. I was like, if I get up high, I'm good. It wouldn't let me up there. I swear I got up there first time. And now we have another long loading screen. Another long loading screen of doom. It took that long to load it. God, I'm sweaty today. Boom, 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 boom. Right, we're back. No more loading. We're doing this. It's going down. That's the last thing I needed. Was more enemies to come spawn in. There you are. You do that. Hi. Bye. This is a problem. Especially as there's another entity around. You waited for me to take that off to scream at me. That's a little dirty. That's it. You die. Ouch. Damn it. Squish him. I need more energy. shit. Damn it! It wouldn't even let me dash. Damn it! Oh, great. Now we've got another long loading screen. Well, let's strap in for several minutes whilst we wait for this to load again. Because this is... I mean, at least this is a proper challenging final boss, but the loading screen boss is the hardest of them all. It's too much. It really is. I swear it's added like 5 hours onto the playthrough just through loading screens alone. It really has. And if it wasn't for the loading screens, you know, we'd have beat this boss by now. We certainly would have. But my god, these loading screens are too much. Way too much. You'd think they would have optimized them by now, but no. And it doesn't make sense. They're not loading in that much. They really don't need all this time to load in. They really, really, really don't. Really, really, really don't. It's far too much loading. Don't need it to load anymore. Right. Determination. No more loading. We were closer on that one. Unfortunately, I wasn't keeping an eye on my powers and we ran out again and again. Because I'm rushing, trying to smack it down too much. I need to make sure I always have some for a shield. That's what I need to do. To make sure that I will always have enough for an emergency shield. I mean, the distorted tourists being in there, as well as this guy, as well as countless waves. I don't know how many more waves of things he's going to spawn in, but if I defeat one wave, he's just going to spawn in even more. The more you wait, the less time is left to be waited through. Unfortunately, you know, it's an infinite number when it comes to a bar that isn't moving. Like, it seems to claim that it's loading a lot, but then it stops. Just for a break, for no reason. And I don't know. It's something about the worm through time, right? The loading screens are all about the worm through time. Which we have to wait. Which we are the worm through time. And we will eventually dig through the time hole and defeat this thing. And then there will be no more time to have waited. But I do feel like it's been too long waiting in loading screens. Without this, you know, it would have been better. It would be better that there was less time than the more time. I'm all in favour of the less time to be left. Especially when it's hot. Okay. Send me in. Send me in. Boom, 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 boom. You know, this tiny little... We've almost loaded, and then it doesn't. And then it also sits on this blank screen for a bit as well. Like, you know, not quite loaded in. But seeming like it's loaded in. But it hasn't. You know, we've just got this extra loading. And then it's in. That's the wrong way. Was that how I got up top before? It might be. Yes. Okay. We're in. We're nice and protected up here. Now I know that he's got shields. But I need my charge. Right, I should stop doing that. Stop throwing, because he's recharging before I get an opportunity. You can't hit me. Okay, we've popped his shields. This is ultimately the best place. I mean, if I make him drop them, that's better. Because then I don't have to shields. Just get glitched on the scenery, that's perfect. Can I make you on my side? I'll make life easier. Where is he? It's almost like it doesn't want me up here with the way that it's glitching the thing. Blow up in his face. There we go. That was perfect. That was exactly what I needed. I don't care about maintenance. You snuck up here, huh? Hi.
There. I guess the Bureau should start looking for a new head of communications.
Got him. Well, they're all waiting around the box. You know, being up here might have been a bit cheesy. Oh, there's some stairs up here. That's how the haunted tourist got up here. Can you be on my side? Okay. Turns out a lot easier when you cheese it from above. There's also a guy. Yep, you go get him. There's stuff in that room. Someone said the alt-tabbing helps. Really? You have to alt-tab to load quicker. That seems like a needless faff. But I guess it's a bit late now. We've kind of beat the game. Okay, there's some sort of no. Laser beams to smash it. Files. A paranatural object appeared in a field outside the town of Sterling, Colorado, near billboards advertising cigarettes. No civilians were injured, though a family dog has been reported missing ever since the event. Local authorities arrived on the scene and began issuing orders over a monitored line of communication using several watchwords flagged by the Bureau, including dumbass. Bureau agents from the regional office were dispatched and arrived 2 hours after local police. The situation was contained and analysis began. Bureau research staff arrived the next day and examined the object. After 16 days of evaluation, the object was lifted into an enclosed truck with built-in black rock panels and relocated to the Bureau headquarters via the transit system of the oldest house. Here it lies. Now that one is named in it, no wonder it malfunctions. There you go. Saved the day. Realigns. Pointing at the rock. Okay. I heard a weird noise. Almost sounded a bit like a dog. Oh, it's not the man dog, is it? It's not Neil. Radio? Oh no, there's not a secret that involves turning on every radio in the house, is there? There is. I can smell it. There's going to be a secret that involves going and making sure you've turned on every single radio. And we're going to have to have done that. But yeah, for anyone else that's playing this in the future, Alt-tabbing fixes the loading problem. Apparently. I haven't tested it, but I'm taking your word for it. Okay, there's buttons and research. Local witnesses report a bright flash in the fields at approximately 3 a.m. No noise accompanied the lights. Authorities had assumed the object fell from the sky, but our examination found the object actually manifested there, vaporizing the soil around an intense spherical burning shape, which possibly explains the light seen from the town. The object is a hollow sphere made from a stone-like material. Structural analysis of the material does not match anything on record. The sphere has broken portion, as if something manifested from the object or escaped from the object. The object has been inactive since arriving at the Bureau. The Communications Department was officially stated to the press that the object was a small meteor, whilst also using an America Overnight program to state that point. The AWE will be studied in the containment sector until the spherical object is deemed safe to be transferred to the investigations sector.
You're listening to America Overnight, now in our 29th year, lifting the veil between fiction and reality. Thank you for staying up with us.
So they
There
masked
were a lot
it.
of calls about this meteor in Sterling, Colorado. There were reports of a large spherical container that crash landed in a field outside town. Some government people reportedly took it away.
And it had the hissing
We
sights.
happen to broadcast from Colorado, and Sterling isn't far. I drove down myself to check it out with members of the America Overnight team. I don't need to tell you, it wasn't long before we found pieces of metal debris.
Investigations.
Listeners, this is yet another instance of an unidentified flying object, or UFO, entering our airspace.
So they,
and crashing.
you know, said that to mask the real
Evidence
truth.
under cover of darkness only compounds the fact that these are more than likely visitors from beyond our planet, or dare I
He's
say,
an agent for
solar
them.
system. Head on over to our website to see pictures of the spacecraft pieces we uncovered. And while you're doing that, our sponsor,
Hides the altered objects.
America Overnight, back.
Door as if there's a door there. Investigations departments. But it says speak with Emily. Go to the Black Rock Quarry. No, thank you. But I feel like we need to go to the investigations department. Wherever that is. What level is that? Is that just level 3? Like, surely it's better than level 3. Destroy level 3s that we have, and level 2s. Just to pick up what's probably just another level 3. Charge blast. I mean, we're not going to use any of this anymore, but... Okay. We should go. Unfortunately, more loading screens. Speak to Emily. But, right. I'm going to look from the down up, right? There's nothing else here, right? Investigations departments of research. There's not an investigations department. There's dimensional research. What about in here? Black Rock Quarry, Central Maintenance, Ventilation, janitor's office. We should probably go see the janitor at some point as well, but... Communications department. Yeah, there's not an investigations department. I don't know where that was referring to. But maybe this is the end of everything, because we've been everywhere now. So we'll speak to Emily, and if there's nothing else, then we finally beat it. I call that guy the final boss. He seems like the real final boss. It was more than the overpowered in the overworlds versus the level 30s. Like, that was nothing. This was a real final boss. I know I should probably alt tab, but we'll just suffer. We're gonna suffer the last loading screen. I don't know how, but I'm sure it helps. I just don't want to, you know, it might mess with things on stream. I don't know how it will work, you know. It's all good. Rather than mess with anything while streaming. It's all good. But it would be weird that it loads, you know. I guess it probably loads quicker because you've alt-tabbed out of the game, and maybe, you know, the picture on the screen is what is causing it to slow down because it wants to play through all of the video, and they've made a really long video to be, you know, in case it loads this long, let's make an extra long video of a loading screen or something. I don't know. But, you know, maybe it runs in the backgrounds better than it runs in the foregrounds. I imagine. There's things that make sense for it to work, but, you know, but this is probably going to be the last loading screen, because I don't think she's going to send us anywhere else. We're just going to go talk to her for some closure and then call it a day. But yeah, you know, if I'd have been doing it the whole game, I'm sure it'd have been worth it. But at this point, I've sat through every other loading screen. I've struggled through it all. It would be unfortunate for it to work at this point. You know, it's almost like I don't want it to work, because then it's like I've sat through all those other loading screens for nothing. You know, a way that could have been avoided. So I don't want to. Because I've already sat through every other one. I don't want it to work that out. We must suffer the last loading screen. And then speak to Emily, and then she won't give us another mission that'll take us elsewhere. She definitely won't. Hopefully. Because it is very late. Can't send us anywhere else. She can't. And then she'll be like, oh, but I've discovered another person in this other department, and you must hunt them all down. No. No more people. No more super hits. That was one last guy. Plus, I felt like we beat Tomasi before. Maybe we didn't. Did he fly away? So I think he might have been the first flying guy that we met. The first flying boss. And maybe he flew away. Maybe we never finished him. I think he flew up the pipes. Right at the start of the game. We finally found him. But I feel like the sphere that they took out of that thing is important. We should smash it. But I feel like we should have smashed that shape for certain, that rock, because it probably had the hiss inside. It was the hiss entity in it. We should have smashed it. But maybe they didn't figure that out. Okay, yeah, this is a bit ridiculous now, though. I swear these loading screens are getting longer, you know? I swear they're certainly getting longer, but they're a good opportunity to maybe chat. Okay, good. It's getting that. One a little bit more. A little bit more. There we go. Just that tiny last little bit. Then we have the darkness of the afterloading. As if I've had to suffer through this. It really has added hours onto this playthrough. Okay. Emily. Emily.
Where are the files on parasitic entities I asked for?
I've beaten them all.
I took care of the Tomasi problem. Sorry, I forget he was a coworker.
Don't apologize. That wasn't the real Tomasi. He died when the hiss got him.
You're right. I just didn't want to be insensitive.
Sentimentality is a weakness in situations like these, Jesse. That's Bureau 101.
I don't think Emily's in danger of being called sentimental.
Mr. Tomasi. Well, nothing else to say?
Well, I've got a bureau to run. See you soon.
Yes, ma'am, Director Faden.
Please, Emily. Not even as a joke.
You have no more red triangles. There's an incursion we could go deal with. But I think I'm good. He has no red triangles of importance to say. You have no red triangles of importance to say. It's a bit annoying that I can't float in here. You know, I just want to use my flying power to come up these stairs to see if Dylan is in here.
Sounds like she can really handle things.
I did stop
I'll
the
be
hit.
here waiting for you when you wake up, brother.
We'll be waiting here forever.
Wake up.
He has no more weird dreams to tell us. No more weird dreams. But that's what I'm going to call it a day. Thank you to Anna Kim, who was here hanging out and chatting, and anyone else that might have been watching lurking. I hope you all have a lovely day. It's almost midnight here, so I'm probably just going to head to bed. So I don't know if I'm going to bother raiding anyone. But yeah, I appreciate you all, and that is the end of Control. I'll be back next week with Plague Tale Requiem on Monday, and I'll be back on Wednesday with Hitman. Have a good night, and I'll catch you then. Bye 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 bye. See ya, Anakim. Take care, and I'll have a look at your dog in the Discord. See you next time.